Hi, everyone. Gerry Dulac along with Ray Fittipaldo. We're here at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. Our report is brought to you by Savina's Cane and Gallucci, mesothelioma and asbestos lawyers. With 85 years of experience, call them for a free consultation. And Ray, it's day 3 here at the Combine. The players actually finally go on the field this afternoon, starting at 3 o'clock. They'll be out there until 8 o'clock. That's when the drills start. That's when the people start tuning in. They love to watch the 40-yard dash and all the drills that'll be going on through the weekend. But today, at least, after all the interviews and medical testing and everything else they go through, they're now on. We'll go on the field, and that's what the people like to see.
40-yard dash, probably the most popular.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loves a track star, right? But I think the Steelers, in particular, I'm talking about tomorrow when the defensive backs work out, that's when they'll be watching the corners. I think corners, Jerry, probably an option for the Steelers on day 2. I think after defensive tackle and after receiver, I think that's their biggest need.
Yeah, unless they would make some type of move in free agency. But, in Cory Trice, we heard Omar Khan say the other day they really like Cory Trice, but there's a durability factor there. He's had some injuries, and, of course, he missed his entire rookie season. But they do like him physically. He's a gifted player. He's good speed. But, they want to be able to rely on him, and, they're going to move on from Dante Jackson, it appears. I don't think that's going to happen at all in terms of bringing him back. So, that creates some room there at that position.
And Cory Trice, just 6 games in his first 2 seasons, had the season-ending injury as a rookie. Started off last season really well. Had that pick at Denver. Got injured shortly thereafter, and just wasn't the same after that.
Ray, speaking of cornerbacks, Travis Hunter is a guy who obviously intrigues all the people for a number of reasons. Multi-talent, also wide receiver. Not sure where he's going to play in the NFL. I'm not sure what would be his best position, whether it's wide receiver, where he can be a very dynamic player, or a shutdown corner in the NFL, which means a lot to a lot of these teams. So I don't know if you had a chance to listen to him today, but I will say this: in all the years I've been coming to the Combine, the 2 biggest crowds I've seen for a player are Andrew Luck and Manti Te'o, of all people. But that was in a different setting. This is a bigger setting here with more space. Travis Hunter had the biggest crowd yet we've seen at the Combine for the media people wanting to hear from him.
I actually took a short video and posted it on Twitter. I couldn't believe how many people were around him. He said he wants to play 100% of the offensive snaps, 100% of the defensive snaps. That's probably not going to happen.
He could do that in college, but not in the NFL.
That's not going to happen. But, thinking back, Jerry, Deion Sanders played a little bit of receiver in the NFL, but this guy is really special. He's got a chance to be one of the top players in this draft.
Yeah, I think, if I had to guess, I'm going to say the team, somebody's going to draft him as a corner and play him a handful of snaps, and not so much different packages, because you could put him in a 4 wide receiver set. Maybe play him 6, 8, 10 snaps tops on offense and take advantage of his skill.
Yeah, listen, the Steelers had Cordell Stewart. They toyed with him as a quarterback and as a receiver. So, guys like that are very coveted in the NFL. If you could do multiple things, you're going to be a guy who rises up draft.
Yeah, not too many go on both sides of the ball like Travis Hunter. Ken, one of the other guys had a chance to talk to today. Speaking of the offense, Tyler Warren, the Penn State tight end. The top tight end of the draft. He probably has a chance, Ray, to be one of the top 10 picks in the draft, maybe even higher. I was looking today, since 1998, only 23 tight ends have been taken in the first round, and only 4 have gone in the top 10, and the highest was Kyle Pitts a couple years ago. But only 4 went in the top 10. This guy has a chance to be a top 10 draft pick.
Yeah, he's really good, and Michigan's Colston Loveland has a chance to also go in the top 15 or top 20. There's some injury issues there where maybe he might fall a little bit, but Warren is the complete package. We saw him at Penn State. They put him in Wildcat. They put him under center, and of course he's a great blocker and a great receiver as well. So he's probably the best all-around tight end in this draft. But Jerry, I think there's some depth, and if the Steelers want to get one on day 3, to replace a guy like Michael Pruitt or Connor Hayward, get a number 3 behind Washington and Friday, if they could do that in this draft.
Yeah, Tyler Warren, he lined up everywhere. He lined up as quarterback. He lined up as a Wildcat. He lined up as an H-back. He's lined up as a running back. He even punted for Penn State at one point. And so you talk about a guy who does multi-dimensional things, and that's what makes him so attractive. So I expect him to go high in the draft. Ray, you look at, of course, the Steelers are here. to look at a lot of the prospects, interview them, test them, whatever the case may be. But one of the things that they are doing while they are here, they are talking to Najee Harris's Representative Doug Hendrickson. They're not sitting here batting out a contract, but they're having discussions with him to find out what's it going to take and what they might do. They're still uncertain about whether he's coming back or not. It's not etched in stone. Mike Tomlin really likes Najee Harris, but it's one of those things. How much you're going to have to pay him? Do you really want to pay him that much money, whatever that might be? Does he fit? Do you feel he is a good fit in your offense, or do they want a running back who has better vision than Najee, which is a frequent criticism of him? So that decision hasn't been made, but they are talking to his representative here at the Combine.
Yeah, and there's several factors that are going to play into that decision. Number one, Jaylen Warren, they like. Omar Khan was very confident they're going to get a deal done with him. They're going to give him the low round tender. That'll be around $3 million for the 2025 season. And then, Jerry, the crop of running backs in this draft is extremely strong, probably the best that it's been in several years. So, if you do want to move on from Najee Harris to get a partner for Jaylen Warren, you could do that on day 2. You could probably do that on day 3 and still get a very good starting caliber running back in this draft.
Ray, and because of the depth and the quality of the running back draft this year, that's going to lessen the price of a free agent running back. The premium for a free agent running back won't be as high. They're just not going to get that market value because somebody's not going to pay that kind of money thinking they can get one in the draft. As for Jaylen Warren, you're right. They can put 3 tenders on him. The lowest one is the right of first refusal. It'll cost them $3.1 million. And what that means is if a team gave him an offer sheet, the Steelers have the ability to match it. If they put a second-round tender on him, somebody gives them an offer sheet, that would cost them $5 million if they want to do that. But then if they fail to match an offer that he might receive, they get a second-round draft pick in return. I don't see any team wanting to give up a second-round pick for Jaylen Warren or the Steelers spending $5 million to protect him.
No, listen, Jaylen Warren is a really good back, but giving away a second-round pick for him in a year like this, Jerry, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense for other teams. One thing we should mention as free agency approaches next month, the price on some of these free agents is going to go up. The salary cap increased by $24 million. The teams were informed of that today. It's now up to $279 million. Jerry, 4 years ago, after the COVID year, when the salary cap declined, it's gone up almost $100 million since then. We're back in business here with the NFL.
Ray, go back to 2015, just 10 years ago. It's nearly doubled since 2015, and that's because of the price of NFL quarterbacks. That's going to do it for Ray and I here today at the NFL Combine. For Ray Fittipaldo, I'm Gerry Dulac. You've been watching Post-Gazette.com.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.